Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Roost. I'm Skynerd, your host. We're doing the Inside of the Mind of a Smasher series for Smash Ultimate / Melee for Oleyy. So, tell me a little bit about the origins of your gamer tag.
Yeah, so my gamer tag is Oleyy. My last name is Oleyy, so I basically just went on to League of Legends one day, typed in Oley, that was taken, so I stopped on a second Y on there, and I've had that ever since.
Lo and behold, it just kind of clicked.
Yep.
Nice. So, Oleyy, what scene are you from?
I'm from the Wyoming scene. We're in Laramie, Wyoming, where the University of Wyoming is. There is no other real Smash scene in the state, and I basically helped found the scene about 3 years ago here, and we've been growing ever since.
When it comes to Smash, you play Ultimate and Melee. So, between the two, who are your mains and who are your secondaries and why?
So, in Melee, I only have one character I play, it's Peach. I'm known for being trash with every other character, but I've been top 3 in the state basically since we started playing my freshman year in college.
Very nice.
And in I'm a Piranha plant main. It's a hard life, and because I'm a Piranha plant main, having secondaries is very important for those pesky villagers out there. And I kind of have like 3 or 4 characters I just mess around with to see if any of them work, and those would be Palutena, Ridley, and Wario.
So with those secondaries, and I understand that like villager mains are definitely a bane to you because they can absorb the spike ball and the poisonous cloud.
Yeah,
right?
there's currently 3 players that have picked up a pocket villager just for when they face me here. It's hard.
So you said that you were top 3 in Melee.
Correct.
What's your PR ranking in?
In Ultimate, I am number 9 in our PR right now. I might go up a little bit in the one that's going to come out in a couple weeks. We haven't really talked about it much, but the second half of our ranking season, I had a lot of really good wins and a lot of 3rd / 5th place placings. That's probably going to move me up maybe to 7 or something like that.
Okay. So when it comes to your mains, why did you choose Peach in Melee and Piranha Plant in Ultimate?
I think Peach in Melee, this is kind of similar to how Hungrybox shows his main, where his hands just weren't fast enough for other characters. I guess it just kind of started off just down smashing, very easy moves to win with, and just float canceling, very simple techniques you can win with. And I just started getting better and better with Peach, so it just kind of stuck. For Ultimate, originally I was a Wario main. I was getting kind of mixed results. I think one of the hardest things for Melee players going over to Ultimate is you have no real matchup experience. So then when Piranha Plant came out, I decided to even out the playing field and give them no matchup experience. And then I started winning more.
I see, because it was a whole new matchup experience that people had to completely adapt to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people don't know what happens when I hold B and the ball keeps floating up in the air. You have no idea how many people just run into that. And they're just like, well, I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, I don't know what Snake does.
So it's like it's even. It's matchups.
Exactly, yeah.
It's completely even on there. With both your characters, what would you say is your favorite move?
I think with Piranha Plant, it would have to be either up smash or neutral B. I'm a very reads-based player, I would say. So, for instance, reading a roll up the ledge with an up smash is very satisfying. And it's also a way to kill people at 70%, which is nice.
Oh, just whatever, 70%.
Yeah. And then Melee, as I've been getting better, up air is probably really cool, just because the combos you can do with that, linked with back air, are just really cool. All of Peach's aerials in Melee are just really cool how they work.
I agree. I think that a lot of Peach's gameplay and movement options are phenomenal. I really love that her movement is kind of just so crisp, and you can do so many things with it in Melee. In both Melee and Smash Ultimate, who would you say is probably your biggest rival and your biggest drive?
It actually is, I think, probably the same in both games. It'd be E-Slick. In Melee, he is a sophomore this year. He had no idea what Melee was really when he came. And he got really, really good, really, really fast. And I like to kind of describe it as I'm the antagonist to his anime. I always tell him how he's never going to beat me, how he's good, but he'll never get there, stuff like that. All in good fun, of course, but he's been getting really good. I kind of have his number in Melee. I still don't think he's taking the set off me. And then in Ultimate this year, I think he's currently 3-1 against me or 3-0. Yeah, he's 3-0 against me this year in Ultimate, and that's only on in-state results. We played a couple of times over in Colorado too. Yeah, he's definitely my biggest rival.
What's been your biggest drive and passion going forward with Smash Bros? What makes you interested in playing the game?
I think Smash Bros is the greatest game of all time because, first of all, you can never blame your teammates really unless you're in teams. And it's always my teammates' fault that I lose, but There's no reason to blame your teammates whenever you lose, and there's always stuff you can improve on. For instance,
Yeah.
if you ever played any online games, like for instance League of Legends, you always can say, I played well, my teammates played bad. And here you always know that you can do things better to win. Like there's no those excuses holding you back mentally. Like you always know you should be winning if you're playing well, etc. I think my biggest drive is I just love getting better. I love being the best. Knowing that if I just keep working on myself and keep fixing my mistakes, I can be the best. That's extremely motivating. Whenever you go to a regional tournament, for instance, and play someone that's like really good from out of state, you're just like, dang, I know I can be that good, but I'm just not that good yet. And they put more work than me. And I just love that feeling so much, knowing there's so much work to do to get better, and you're only scratching the surface.
With you playing Piranha Plant, do you feel like you play better because you're playing a character that you like, or would you feel like you would continue to do better if you can play top tier?
Coming from my whole Smash background, I would say I've always had times where I thought to myself, playing a top tier would make this a lot easier. And I do think playing it would be easier, but I believe the reason for that is top tiers have better matchup spreads. And when you have better matchup spreads, there's usually less things you have to know about to do. For instance, I think Piranha Plant gets destroyed by a villager, but if I just can remember not to press the B button, the matchup becomes a lot easier.
Ever.
My opinion on the game is to be the very best, you need to have multiple characters you can play. That's why I think, for instance, MK Leo is very good, and like people like Mr. R are also very good because they have multiple good characters that they can play, and it covers their matchup spreads and covers bad matchups.
I can agree with that for sure. Definitely. When it comes to stages, a lot of players have go-to picks that they choose for stages, being their favorites. What's your favorite stage in Melee, and what's your favorite stage in Ultimate? And they don't have to be legal stages, but if you want to, you can go with legal and.
It's both Yoshi's story for sure in both games. I love small stages. I think big stages can be fun if you're not playing someone that's camping or using projectiles. Whenever I play like Smash, I just want to play one with my opponent, just playing neutral and then punish game. I don't want to play a mini game of dodging snake grenades or dodging link arrows or just avoiding lasers. I just want to play them and have them not run away from me. And small stages enable that the most.
I can see the benefit of having that small stage because, like you were saying, you don't want to play the runaround game, and having projectiles is probably a really hard thing to kind of avoid with Piranha Plant or Peach, just because like you can throw turnips and you do have projectiles of your own, but now you're playing the projectile game, and that's a totally different story than doing.
Exactly.
What's some of the events that you have gone to that you've really, really enjoyed, and what are some of the events that you're planning on going to in the future?
I always enjoy our weeklies we put on. Me and Slick both put on the weeklies together for Melee and Ultimate. Those are always fun, great community-based events, free events. Here in Wyoming. Regional events, I go to a lot of Colorado tournaments whenever there's a nice big tournament where it's going to be like a full day of just fun with my friends that live there. Battery Basement comes to mind as probably one of the biggest. Almost made out of pools this year. I had 2 Marths in my Melee pool, and then a lot of characters I've never played against before in my Ultimate pool. So that happens. And then big tournaments, I think I've been to a lot of Smash Cons before. Smash Cons always a very fun event, very well run. And I do plan on going to Smash and Splash later this month with some of my friends here in Wyoming.
Are you a sponsored player?
So here at University of Wyoming, our esports team is a club sport. So if I was to go under a sponsor, it'd be Oleyy. We got nice jerseys for our players. I know people like to wear them a lot when they go to events, whether it be for a lot of our Smash players had it. I would say out of our top 20 players, probably 12 people have jerseys, which is absolutely fantastic. And our Overwatch team and League team, they wear it to events too. But I would consider being part of this club is probably the closest thing I have to sponsorship.
Well, I mean, that's still really cool that you have such a uniform community that you're able to come together and say, hey, listen, we all represent this, and we are all proud to be part of this. Like, if you have a sponsor that you would be interested in actually having, like, your dream sponsor.
My dream sponsor, without a doubt, would be Cloud9.
I'm right there with you.
In my Discord picture, Twitter picture, etc., I got that pink Cloud9 jersey. I've been a Mango fan. Yeah, I'm just a big Cloud9 fan. Jack, if you're watching, hit me up.
What would you say is one of your your favorite kind of game modes. Do you prefer like the doubles? Do you prefer singles? What would you say is one of your favorite game
I
modes
think
in total?
in terms of fun, I think Squad Strike's so much fun because as a person who in Melee only played one character, I'm really good at one character, being able to play multiple characters in Ultimate, a mini crew battle is you against your friend, like playing different characters you like. I think that's so much fun. In terms of like competitive, I really like singles, but I love doubles so much. Special K, me and him are doubles partners. We play Falco, Peach, and Melee. We haven't teamed in Ultimate yet. Hopefully we do that someday. And I think doubles adds another layer to the game. For a lot of people, I understand why they find it frustrating, especially if they play a character that's not good in doubles. Hold a materialist in both games for doubles. This adds another layer to the game that people don't usually get to see. And I just wish people enjoyed playing doubles more.
Well, I mean, it is really exciting. There's just so much going on that it can be very difficult for people to actually like analyze what the heck is happening.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think being able to do that is what really breaks down top doubles players from not top doubles players. So I know we've had people in our team that have been like 8th in the PR, but they'll win doubles every week that we have it because they understand like what their teammate's trying to do, what the other team's trying to do. And being able to understand that layers is so different from singles.
When it comes to Squad Strike, do you feel like you said that you really enjoy it as a fun thing to do? Like to see that implemented into tournament play, or do you feel like that's still more of a casual kind of thing?
So I've actually had this conversation with some of my friends. I think it's okay for tournament play. The issue is because it's like randomly selected what character you use. You can select really bad matchups and lose the game just off matchups, I guess, as opposed to I have one game plan against this character versus this character. I think it can be successful, but I think like Meat King was tweeting about the other day, and he was like, this is just the most fun he's had. And I think fun is the primary focus with modes like Squad Strike.
What advice do you have for players who are just getting into Ultimate and for players who also main Piranha Plant and Peach?
I think the hardest part about maining Piranha Plant specifically is there's no real good video guides or anything like that. And I think watching video guides is very important when you're first getting into something. What I'll definitely recommend is try going to a weekly that has a stream or something like that. So then you can go back, watch your film, and identify which mistakes you're making, what stuff you want to do better, and things like that. For instance, beginning of our season, I wasn't edgeguarding all with Piranha Plant, which now I realize is probably one of his biggest strengths, is being able to jump to the bottom of the stage and not die. And if you can identify a mistake like that you're making with your game plan or what you're doing in the game or tech you're missing, it's easy just to go to the lab and grind that out, as opposed to if you just get frustrated at your losses and blame it on your character, you'll never really see things like that develop in your gameplay of you getting better and fixing mistakes and stuff like that.
And what would you have for advice for Melee players picking up Peach?
Get Bowser or DK, send it as a level 1 computer or on this another controller, and just practice float canceling aerials into them. I think you also like turn max handicap on and like damage knockback down or something like that. But I think Peach, once you get Peach tech down, I think almost any character in Melee is applicable too, but once you get their tech down, you can do some really, really cool stuff, and it really opens up the game to you when you realize why Melee is a good game.
As we're closing up here, Oleyy, do you have any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
I'd like to give a shout-out to my teammate Special K, one of my good friends EC, give a shout-out to Mango, of course, because you have to, and to my mom, because I love my mom.
Yeah, mothers are fantastic, so it's like you can't not shout out.
Exactly.
Well, Oleyy, thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you continue to progress in bracket.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Take care.